Well. She wanted to know if I do a show yesterday, and I said no. And she asked me today. All my videos are up. Both channels. I went to a candy store today. Grandpa Joe's. One for this channel, the other channel. Right up to June 1st. Like 11 videos for this channel. About 22 for the other channel. They will be out in October. But I went to Grandpa's Joe's, whatever it's called. There's two of them here in the great state. I think maybe Stillwater. And I saw it. I said, I'm going to go. And she goes, we got the new dog, the new Burmese Martin dog up in the hill. Because I got a surprise for him. There she was. Hey, you wasn't gone up to Canada yet, so. She's bunked from the same bunker breed. Bernice, beautiful little girl. We have a new dog in the neighborhood I can lust over and love her very much. She's very sweet. I could carry her while I still could. But anyways, I look at the calendar, and it's a cat and dog calendar. We're on the 4th day of 5th month of 2025, and the begging season is fast approaching here on YouTube, not too far away. Summer has arrived here in the poor side. We have the bikes down from the shed. We have the deck chairs out. Had to get a new thing for it. We kind of got a little discolored, and then when she was getting it down, one was going to follow her, and I was Superman at the last minute. Saved her and a young lady. Throw the other one away. Menards. She's an order from Home Depot. I go, well, let's not send her around Atlanta. Let's go to Home Depot. Tonight's meatloaf out on the deck. Made some good this weekend. When I catch up my sleep. Having the time of our lives. There are days when you know you make the right call. Guy at work they hired. They have a community break room. Kind of overlooks the terminal. He seemed kind of off. He was always, head would follow children. And I'm like, okay. Kind of weird. And he had that feel to this guy. I was talking to the young lady about hiring. And he goes, yeah, I had to fire. And I said, yeah, I had to file Mick, whatever his name was. And I go, why? Well, he passed a background check. They must not gone back far enough or whatever. He goes, yeah, I have to go to class. I guess if you're a predator, you have to go to some class. He forced himself on a 13-year-old girl. She goes, you're not working here. He goes, you can't use it against you. Yes, we can. We don't need those kind of behaviors here. I'm going to just know something's off. Because I was telling somebody who was reading about somebody exploiting children on the internet, obviously, pornography. And I said, well, my choice is very simple. They can simply be executed, public hanging, so we can 12 on, 12 off, separating garbage till the sweet release of death. They beg for it. He looked at me and he goes, well, that's kind of, and I said, what do you mean, kind of what? No time to kind of behave in these communities. You see something, you say something. It's a beautiful day to be alive. I can hear, like I said, I can see, I can feel pain. I look out, trees are starting to blossom. Speaking of that, I saw that blossom. I watched 5 minutes of Blossom Questions with Tater. It's like, give me a break. Someone asked her if she was going to have a baby with him and get married. No, she's not, and he won't do it. So I'm like, it's none of your business. At a store one day, we were at the scoreboard, and the lady had 5 girls, I think it was, and they find the boy, and I said, you watch, the old lady will ask her if she's done. Sure enough, she did. The lady goes, I think. I'm like, none of your business, old lady. We have no children that you guys know that I know of. I did a lot of effing Way back in the old days, did a lot of effing and having sex and making love, but as far as I know, nothing materialized to do a sperm bank. So God only knows. And we get to knock on the door, and you have my eyes, and you're dumb as I am. Welcome home, son or daughter. But yes, your favorite audio version on the video platform. I argued with a Google guy one time in an email. It's not a video, it's an audio. The food is only talking, it's not moving. You only hear the food talk. You can't touch the food unless you want to come to the poor side. Which 3 people have, but 2 more for 2 of them. See a lot of simps out there talking to the women that are on lovely and talented YouTube. Want to touch it, feel it, spank it, and have fun with it. But as this music rumbles and rambles and gambles through your mane, tonight it will be out when I'm done. I'll be out on the deck. I appreciate everybody that always comes to my audio videos on both channels. We're going to talk about it's never enough money on YouTube. DailyWoo is having wants to get meet and greet. And of course, Sarasota Sim haters and the e-bike. That got recommended to me, his video. So I watched my 3rd video, but I watched 3 minutes of he's breathing. I'm like, oh, good Lord. The young lady, the hostess on a 3rd one. Someone reached out to me a long time ago, but I'm like, I don't like electrical bikes. I like to pedal my bikes. It's cheating. I don't care what Carl says. Transportation is my car. You just get sold. Said the hustle on his 3rd. The girl here in town's done 2 already. I have Cowpote approved. St. Martin, San Diego, Virginia Beach, Oregon Coast. We all know when Hitler started that war, was supposed to end all wars after World War I. The brown shirts rolled into Poland and kept right on going. We got pulled in by Japanese. I can't remember. I heard it today. It's Ivory Tower, whatever it was. It was a series where what would have happened if we would have stormed those beaches. Whatever it was something on the tower. Germany and how they separated America. If we didn't do what we had to do and sacrifice the altar of freedom. We did snap the necks, the crowds, and we freed the Jews, and Hitler took his own life. And he's still killing from the grave because the hatred out there. Unfortunately, you type into Google kill all Jews and you get all kinds of weird crap. I've told you I did a book report on that. Gave me D- because he said it never happened. Hitler didn't give death certificates. The guy told me at Oak Ridge Country Club. He'll be in the gates of hell, and I'll be there to greet him. I wish it didn't happen. But it did. They were slaughtered like pigs, and I told you before the brown shirts, we have blind views. He said he actually would set up the showers. He was going up on the hill. The hunch. Destroying the economy with these stupid tariffs, doesn't understand. Even the dumb blonde from Atlanta started turning on him. I didn't vote for him. It's your problem, not mine. But forgotten war, Vietnam, 52,200, whatever it was, plus many more that took their own lives. Afghan, Desert Storm, Men Win Blue, who run to fires and run to problems as we run away. I've never served. I always say I'm an honorary member. I honor them. Yeah, but I've served all branches. The damn right I have, because I serve them. Who are these brave men and women who have balls the size of oak trees? Air Force, Army, and the Marines, the Navy, and the Merchant, now it's got Coast Guard. They're in and out of uniform. Don't like a cop? Please feel free to call a crackhead. Like I said, when the Pope died, it was a Deadpool hit. There's a new member of the Deadpool here in town. It was only family only. Her first Deadpool. the Pope of pedophilia and entertainment corp. That's what I call him. Sorry, until we start snapping of these people that murder. Boy, I wanted to have my own hockey school. If something was going AWire at my college, my school, well, I'd be shut down. Just like the Caroli should be either the husband's dead. He's the gates of hell. She should be either deported or executed for the behavior gymnastics. P stood for Penn State. Would you shower? Would you shower in the shower of Penn State? Would you go to Gene Hackman's house and bed down where 2 people were found dead and mummified, a dog? Feel free. I would not shower in the shower. Joe Paul got away with it. Help out in your community, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. Talk about up north in New York. That guy talked about beautiful property, the Boy Scouts. But who knows what would happen? 50 gallows in 50 states. Public hangings at Sunday until they're all executed out of the prisons of rapes and murders and hurting children and animals. So we're asking, pick up some garbage in your neighborhood someday. Very rewarding to do something. Walking out to the gas station, maybe pick the aluminum can up. I pick aluminum cans up and put them in the back of both vehicles, and also the company people. And I go by the Boy Scouts. There's a couple around here, and they collect cans. All my aluminum cans go to the Boy Scouts. The city doesn't get any. Not that I don't like this. I just got to do the Boy Scouts. Recycle, reuse. Remember, when it comes to consensual sex, if you don't like 2 men grunting and groaning, then you can't put shepherd to the friends out there. I think it was Wyoming. We saw the Bulldyke and the lipstick lesbian get married out there in St. Martin, and she called out her future father-in-law about being silent. Jason Whitlock has a hard-on for lesbians and the running ponytails. If you don't like, but then you choke your chicken to hardcore lesbian porn, well, that's not a very Christian thing to be doing. Not at all. He who has a goal sets the price, right? Don't forget that. Don't like it, don't watch it. The gay people can be welcome to the unhappiness of marriage and divorce. Welcome to the show, right? But when you're effing in the back seat of the car in Las Vegas, a cocktail waitress, remember, whores will do whatever. Sluts, you're just having sex on the couch and make love in the bed. Make sure you have a condom on. How we're asking, prevent AIDS, herpes, or gonorrhea in the penis. You don't want. I want children AIDS, herpes, gonorrhea, needle in the penis. Ouch. Put a condom on. Thank you. Dental dam, smashing gash, dental dam, sinking the pink. Swallow or spit. Have fun. Always make sure it is consensual. That's all we're asking. And when you're out drinking, don't drive. Please call someone, or you will murder somebody. Pick up the phone. Too much to drink. Call me. Call Carl. Maybe even Savage, the apple ass, or you can call Sarasota, Tim, and New York Danner. You're up in Maine, I know, carpetbagger. Send home Jenny Penny, I guess I'll listen a little of that. I've been on that train before, he's been in Maine. TheDailyWoo, you can pick you up, I don't care. Zane B, Jamie C's uncle. Chris, that was a fun show to fall into. You can do that if you like. Because you're going to murder someone. Had to be murdered by drunk drivers. So it's all matched. Thank you so much. On behalf of George Zerger, the Delaware Destroyers, Jim Schuler, Buddy Leach, Jeff Simon, and Billy Blau. And George, who just drinks with the band. Jim Schuler put out a new song. Okay. Too bad no one's going to care. Go listen to the album out there. Tijuana Bible, do me a favor. And also, if you want a good laugh, go type in Cowpote versus Jake Hudson. Steel Toe Tard Show. I was driving in my truck. We were yelling at each other. I listened to it again today. Steel Toe Tard. My favorite line I said to him, I've been insulted by better. It was epic. Ranting back and forth. Corey's just sitting back watching. I just went after his ass. I'm driving through Minneapolis, just tearing in my new A. He's always trying to get back. I was real nice, that guy. Lives in a trailer house by himself. Mom and dad allegedly dead. I was always nice to him. I was on a live streaming him one day. The guy goes, I sent you a washer and dryer. Did you get it? Because he never bathed. He turned it on because I met Steel Toe Tard Show out in St. Cloud. He was all jealous about that. I met April, 8 out of 10, who's had some alcohol problems because of the imbecile. But he can kiss my ass. It was a great rant. Cowpote versus Jake Hudson. Also, please go listen to Troll Under a Bridge. That's all I'm asking. Let me know. But me and him arguing back and forth was epic. I guess he had like 500 people in the room. We're just loving it. Just cheering me on. I couldn't see. I was driving, but people were just going. We're just having a gas in the chat room. They clipped that from the live stream. Took him down like a prom dress. But anyways, I always appreciate everyone that makes it to the audios. Whatever I get it. You know, it's a cup of tea, music in the background, the reverb. Oh, the videos are what they are every day. I mean, you know, I'm not going to put a video down. Something inspires me to put. I'm supposed to be monetized on you, but for some reason, I don't know what they're doing. That's not a big deal. Both channels, I appreciate it. I know Carl comes over. I appreciate it. Makes a comment every day. Something comes out of there. And the Cowpote Adventures, you want to, you know, I did some rail fanning. I had stuff out until it'd be October 4th, and I did, you know, a bunch of all my videos are up on both channels. It took about a little under 2 hours to get up like about 25 videos, give or take. More than that, probably, yeah. And all 3 chips are clear. They're all titled. They have the thumbnails on it. And I did 2 today. One for this channel. That's for the candy place. Love the really cool place for the candy place. Not like the one down there and the candy place down in the world's largest. I've been there before. That's a cool place. That's a really, really cool place to go down there. The candy store down there in Jordan. One thing with this place, they take credit card. I bought some root beer and whatever else, and had a good time. So that will be up. It's the last one after. But like I said, I always thank my customers and people that come and listen. And money from you to me will always be a comment down below, like or dislike, piss and moan. Somebody made a comment on my shorts in the Wild. Haha, they lost. Hey, I'm not a Wild fan, but it's not the end of the world. It was my Blackhawks. Appreciate those comments. Man, they're out of the playoffs. Sweelin's pissed, but life goes on. You build a bridge and you get over it. I like life too much to let sports. Like I play golf. When I'm playing well, I don't really gamble. I'll play for maybe a pop at the end, but I've never had to pull a lot of money out of my wallet. I cared for millionaires that would pay me more to carry their bags they would lose. And they would lose $40 and act like the end of the world. You know, I'm losing my shirt. Give me a break. It was 20 guys that played together every Saturday, and they mixed and matched. A bunch of poor Jewish guys that made it well. And they played together. It was just fun to be in the groups because they were all good people. It was fun. A couple are probably dead by now, but I had the best 25 years in that group of guys on Saturday mornings. I got a posse, man. It was so much fun. They all treated me respect. It was fun. I'd look at Jack. I go, how's your brother doing? He just got to keep breathing. And then they'd fight over who wanted to pay for dinner because they had to spend so much. It was a great time. Great Saturday mornings at Oak Ridge Country Club. Many, many years with those guys. But anyways, here we are. Here on Spreaker. I did Lisa Lynn made a comment down below. Told her call the show. Maybe she will. I gave her my Google number. Love to have her on. It's good shit. She's a board member of Speculation Sports. We speculate. When I gotta go down and see if I get an XL shirt for Carl, or just give him a hat or something, a spec hat. He can wear it Santa Claus. I know of a hat. We'll see if I have an XL. But the Sarasota Tim electrical bike, I saw it talk about it, and it got recommended to me, and I listened again. It's my third video. It's like, keep behind the camera. I've only seen 6 videos. I've not watched it. I just go look once in a while and see how his views are going down, because that's why he's live streaming. Keep behind the camera is on local, because he's losing people. No one cares about him anymore. Anyone who cares about my ass. So he's really happy. Again, I don't know where I was at, St. Paul. I was waiting for somebody, and I'm like, okay. It came to me like twice. I'm like, okay. I watch it. He's putting it together. I remember me and Sue Ellen put together a wheelbarrow. That was just, oh my God, me and her just giving each other crap. That was an absolute epic behavior. It was just hilarious. We're trying to put it together. Again, the way he was putting it together, read the directions first. I'm okay at that stuff, not the best. I can read blueprints. When it's welding something, it's simple. Okay, taking things apart, the blowtorch, I love taking apart servers, separating aluminum, steel, copper, whatever. I love it. I told that to Dave 25. There's a job by his house at $22 an hour. He worked at a scrapyard. They put the house on the platform, and you take it apart all day long. And then there was a good video on that where it was in scrapyard. They put the rest, whatever was picked clean of the car, they put it on a platform. A guy would walk up and take it apart to the left. Then they inventoried it, and then the frame went to the scrapper. I mean, I've done that. I weld cars together, and I like, prime example, my time is precious. And when I was in St. Martin, Rugburn called me up, and he goes, I need you to do some quick programming. And I said, well, I'm on vacation. And he goes, I'll give you $500 an hour. And I said, fine. Sue Ellen had to do some work too. She brought her Starlink along, so that's what I've told before about people begging for money here. I mean, this weekend I made about $800 this weekend in tips. That's my money, okay? I had to do some programming for somebody out in the Philippines because I was up at midnight because they're out there. It's noon out there where the hell it was. I had to get in their computer and I had to do their stuff. And I said, I'll do it for $500 an hour because my time is precious. You know, like I said, I spent 2 hours, give or take, on both channels getting my St. Martin stuff up. I'd put it up 3 at a time, 4 at a time, walk away, come back. I titled it, boom, I'd come back and be done. And this morning I had 5 left. Opened 5 windows. One would show the other. It got done, so before I left, it was only 3 left, and I just walked away. And then boom, they were up, and I just put them up. And then I got home, and I titled them this afternoon. Got those done, and then went over to and then went back to the Cowpote Adventure. Put up the candy one over there, and then the candy one over here. Put 2 different thumbnails on it. They're up. I just deleted the thing, and I'm like, boom, done. So the beauty of point and shoot, you know, whatever it may be. So, anyways, so I'm on. I know morning talked about it. She did on it, and I know it. His little brother, the stalker himself, New York Dan, talked about it. And Marco, probably I'll call, talked about it not once but twice. Did like an update on it, whatever the way it was done. I don't know. I mean, he maybe edited. I have no idea, but I didn't watch the whole thing. So he was picking. Mark is men are visual, so men pick up ticks. I always have things in the back of my camera when I do my live stream. You can see stuff in the back and Haggy rants. And when Green Team was alive, claimed it was a sewing machine. An old one was worth some money, and I had it in the back on purpose to people it pissed people off. I remember when Elton John one time did a song, I'm Still Standing for something, some charity thing. In the background, he has 2 children he's adopted, right? It was a little basketball hoop over his right shoulder while playing piano. Maybe it should be out of the way, but so what? Right away, people made comments. It's like, the guy's got children, you moron, because people picked up. It was just, you could see the basketball, little plastic basketball, and the hoop behind him while he was playing the piano. Might have been one of the fires. I'm like, don't worry about the basketball thing, but it's like he has children that he's adopted, okay? People like to pick things out of videos. That's what they do. People will, like, my favorite one is the guy had like a low budget, adult movies, whatever he was doing. I could have my own. And he's going to the house to get laid, whatever. He's incorporating the neighborhood, kind of like the brown shirts, blind views, walking around, right? Doxing the whole neighborhood, whatever he lives, putting houses on the internet for no reason because he looks uncomfortable walking around outside. Just looks uncomfortable. Me uncomfortable. Cooking Chinese. Okay, I've caused that problem, But so he. The kid who was like 15 or 16 was watching his series of adult movies. So the guy's in his house just having his own business. Some kid, let's say it's me or I'm whatever, walks the camera and sees all the street numbers, and he shows up and knocks on the door to say, "Hey, I'm here. I'm a big fan of your adult stuff." Because the kid was watching. I've seen that over on where the hell is that, over at TikTok one time. Some lady about 4 years ago, people knew where she lived, and just like that lady here, over 60, beautiful young lady, all the simps in the room. I've told this to her, she's gonna be careful where she's videoing because simps will find her. They went to her Walgreens. Beautiful young lady, gorgeous, but she's gotta be careful because men are visual. They will come to you. People come to me before. It didn't work out too much, but I guess it was a big controversy. I didn't watch the whole thing. Wasn't going to waste good suffering. I listened to histories about Bobcat, how that was formed here in Minnesota. Listen to all the history on companies. Listen to the Koch brothers here in town was pretty good. The rise of that family, how what they did, they put the money back into businesses. And they kept growing and growing and growing. How they've grown. It was only 17. They could probably do an hour on that one. I've listened to Hershey's before. Dave Thomas. I love history. Talking to a couple people today about something about about World War II and discussing this behavior and educate the other guy in the back. And you read, you travel, you meet people before. And it was I love history. I love watching videos on YouTube. But I know that the resident hater watcher out there, lovely and talented Carl, loves watching him, and God bless him. He hates the guy, and I wouldn't say he's just a negative watcher. Hate's a very strong word, but they do call it hate watching. I mean, you can see my views, but I don't hide my likes or dislikes. Whatever they're at, they're at. I don't shut off my comments. I never will. But it's just the Sarasota Tim phenomenon is pretty funny, especially morning when something like that happens, and all the behavior going on with him. It's just putting it together. But that stuff will all be sold, on eBay. I would never. I would never promote something I don't like just because there's money involved. Like I said, I have a lot of things. I said, I love St. Monson. I love San Diego, Mission Pacific Beach, Virginia Beach. Love it. Been there. I met Savage. We had a great time down there. We drove down there from Ocean City. Didn't mind Ocean City. I mean, I wouldn't go there again. I think it was bad. Just not what it was. A little less to do. Where Virginia Beach is, you've got all kinds of things. You can go see the Wisconsin, and it's a great town to go to. Tons of things to do. You have the base there. You have the state park there. You had the Japanese Zen garden was there. It's just a really nice place to go. If I lived close by, let's say an hour and a half, it'd be a great getaway. Drive down there and come back on Monday morning or something, because it's just great beach, great times. I'm not going to promote like I said, the hustle's on a third bike. She's one for her sister, but she'll sell it to somebody. But it's just kind of funny to watch the idiot breathing heavy, whatever else. He's going with this dentist behavior, but he's told he has plenty of money, right? I guess that's what he says. But I think that's hilarious. But it was all behaviors. But I'll get a chance here. I'll call Mark, maybe give his perspective on that behavior. But the Daily Woo, I was talking to Carl, and he listened to his walk and talk. Oh, okay. So I listened to almost all of it, and he had spoke about having a meet and greet. And the Huss has learned, like my dogs in the neighborhood know when I come around, I give everyone a treat. So they know when they see me, the dog on the other side of the hill, older dog, knows the time I get home from work and when we go for a walk. And she knows. And the Huss has done a few. God bless her. People, her birthday's in September. She'll show on Faker Book a whole bunch of stuff. People love to give her money, and I guess you want to do that. Okay? So she did the meet and greet over there on that one where they all raised money for Baghdad Hotel, a restaurant. They had a bad roof problem, and she went there, and everyone standing in line and give her stuff, and somebody helped her with her vehicle. Someone left some money for her at a bar, because she used to be a former nude model where I think before the Wonder Huss, I would go to Vegas and hire her to $500 to go out to someplace, whatever, and take nude pictures of her. I'm not in that kind of behavior, but she's too short for me. She looks like a penguin, like she says, long hair and no boobs. It doesn't excite me, okay? It's nothing special. And I couldn't imagine being the woman's friend, because she's only a friend if she needs something from you. She's not a prime person that would be able to go to St. Martin, maybe do a couple videos, but enjoy the vacation. But anyways, God bless her. I mean, it's great. People have to give her behaviors. I mean, I guess I'd rather give to my community. I'd rather give to Helping Paws. So the Daily Woo, he had a pretty good idea. He wants to sell shirts, which I had a website a long time ago. I don't know where. I had the link. I didn't make any money on the shirts. I did it to piss people off, but I also wanted, which she wore to St. Martin, was a sweatshirt. She wore it. And Ted had it when I wanted a sweatshirt, so I started it up. I bought one for Ted, one for me. Someone bought a shirt. I don't know who. Just happened to see one, and I think I bought something else. But right now I use, my body's always monetized. Uber prints are the best. One time, $24 for a shirt, whatever you want. So the Daily Woo, nice man, okay? Like, let's say I had, he wants to go someplace where it doesn't really cost you money to get in. He wants to give away T-shirts, and stickers, but he's a pretty popular man. If you'd have someplace where anybody can come, I mean, I've told the Huss to go to Green Valley Ranch in Las Vegas, and people could come, because people like her adults, in someplace where, because we wait 6-8 hours to talk to her for a picture and giving her money. So he wants to have like a meet and greet. And because he's really nearly publicly thanked his people that he, I always do. I always appreciate, man. He lives well because of listeners. He no longer has Patreon, and I get it, but he wants to start his T-shirt stuff, and then it goes to charity. That's a good idea. I mean, I give money to charity all the time for the LLC, and I give money to Helping Paws every year, and for our dog a year. It costs $10 to $11, whatever the hell it costs, to help all people. We go to the facility, and I walk the dog out to the person and give the dog to the person, and they say thank you. And usually, sometimes I can choice. Can I name the dog? One I named Cowboy, and that was many years ago. And I get what he's doing. There's plenty of good charities, but if I was a Mr. Popularity, which I'm not, I could do some meet and greets. Carolyn RV did a couple at she did one in Wisconsin one time, and that's fine. She's somewhat Mr. Popularity. But I get that. But I would say, let's say I was a wealthy guy, and I'm traveling around. I would have no way. You don't have to be money. I'd say every month, hey, let's give money to this charity every month. If you really you think you need to give me something, let's help other people. Every month, let's go Helping Paws in my neighborhood, or you go to your neighborhood Helping Paws. There's plenty on it. And Atlanta's got a big one or something, but we can all get together, and we can, maybe there's a good GoFundMe like the Huss has done. We can all go and put $10 towards something I see as legitimate, like that. That's how I'd use my strength. But you don't got to give me anything. Let's say I'm making, whatever the hell, let's say I'm making $60-70 grand a year. But I already have a good benefit package. I've got retirement, and I'm going places every you get a video every 3 days from me. I'm going down the Oregon coast. I'm going to the Trees of Mystery. I'm going to, I know it's closed for this year, next year, whatever that place is called. It's that lake, a really deep lake. I can't remember what it's called. But whatever I'm doing, and I get that because you have that ability to send somebody. You don't have to pay for my stuff. I'm not Bruce Springsteen. You're never going to name any members only. You're never going to have that from me. I don't care how for some reason I blew up, which is not going to happen. You come listen to my audios and videos, and you can consume them, enjoy them in the background as you're driving or listening at work. Because when I have somebody on, I'll listen to it back to see how I interact. I'm very aware of people listening in their ears. I don't yell and holler. I don't make stupid noises. I sip. And I always appreciate it. 1 month, I'd like the TheDailyWoo, it'd be sweet if I was a single man and had a pension and I could drive around, but I'd be making damn sure I'd do like a monthly little video, like, hey, okay, this is where I'm going to be going. I appreciate the listens, you guys. I really appreciate you coming. And they're like Sidetrack Adventures. He does a weekly Wednesday video. That's a really good guy to go see. He's really good. Wandering Gypsy, I'll get to her a little bit. She was bitching about not making enough money. She did a live stream bitching. She's depressed. Okay, never enough money. But he wants to do some meet and greets, and he does. It's like, that's great, man. Because he talked about maybe 2026, and if you got to rent out an area, so be it. To have the entry, he wants to buy a bunch of T-shirts. Don't do that, Huss. Don't do that to. Don't be stickers. They come meet and shake your hand. You have your website, like you said. That's fine, and they can buy what they want to buy, and you don't make any money. That's a great idea. It's a great idea. Because when I did my shirts, I did a coffee cup, which I got. That's why I bought a coffee cup. It's a Speckley Sports on it. It was right at the end, so I made no money. I didn't care. It was kind of pity, but I wanted a cup and I wanted a sweatshirt. Okay, I liked it. I liked that. He said, I liked that. That was a good idea. That's something, people got up, they're going to get their shirt and they're going to help something out. And at $10 is not an $8 shirt. You want a quality shirt? I've got my Speculation Sports shirts are quality. Okay, I remember when I was ordering them, and the lady sold the business, and she's going to cost a lot of penny. And I said, I don't care what they cost. When I give away my shirts, my Speculation Sports shirts, they're quality. They're talls and the large and the XL and the double XL and 3XL. And the ones I get from, I buy one size above, and they shrink to. I gave a couple to Dave, 25, and what did he do? He said it was too big. I said, Dave, you're fat. They're going to shrink. So let's say somebody wanted one of my caution, my body is always monetized, and the back is always aimed to misbehave, right? So I told the lady, I said, she was in Atlanta, I said, send me an email if you want one, and we'll work with the money and I'll ship it to you. She hasn't got back to me. I said, I'll ship you one. I can ship it straight from there. And I said, why don't you send me I'll tell you, you can send me a check and I'll mail it to you, if you want one. I told her, I said, whatever. But I've sold like 10 of those with no money. I made no money. Just write it, whatever it costs. It was like 20. Whatever they are, $25. It's fun to go there and make T-shirts because you can make them inexpensive, and they take 2 days to get them. Beach Boy Radio. I have a Speculation Sports one I've done before. A Cowpote Adventure shirt I did. But anyways, it was just I was going to do a show, but sometimes some things just kind of come up in your head, or you see something, make a comment on it. But the TheDailyWoo kind of gave me this about it. I get it, I got, let's say, the Pavilion here in Hopkins. If I knew somebody, I said, listen, come on down here to Minnesota. The Pavilion's big enough, and people can come on in. I just tell TheDailyWoo, no, you don't need to give anything unless you want to buy a bunch of bumper stickers, maybe, which I've got some. I bought bumper stickers. I went back to my car. I give those away once in a while. I have a bunch more. I have maybe about 60 left. But they come to shake your hand. And again, when they go to see the Huss, it's giving her money. If I was be in an area to give her, I'd just shake her hand, go, hey. I tried to talk about my podcast. I did give her a shirt and a hat one time and some Earls, and she opened it up like 3 years ago, put on the board of directors. But that was something I gave her. It was fun to give her a shirt and a hat and give her some Earls, okay? But I'm surely not going to be telling you money on my hand. But she's there for what's in the hand, like it or not, because she's subsidized by her YouTube people. TheDailyWoo is not anymore. Same thing with Sarasota Tim. And I've had email people that will tell me on the Adventure channel that you should be getting more views. And I appreciate that. And it's good to say you don't ask for money. Of course not. All I ask for is a like, dislike, or say something, or F you, whatever it may be. Share it on Facebook if you want. Share it on Twitter. Wherever you're at, share it on social networks. That's how any of your YouTubers you like, slap the like on there. Make a comment down below. Well done, whatever it may be. I share a lot on Twitter. You go to my Twitter, it's all about YouTube. I don't get any more Twitter wars than anybody. I just share a lot of videos from TikTok and whatever else I like. I support my creator. What's this? Hang on a second. Did she call and I wasn't looking? What's this? Let's see. Alright, cool. Alright. Oops. But, hang on a second. Alrighty then. Perfect. Our own beach towels trying to pack. Yes. Let me see. No need. No. Some people just ask dumb questions on the Friendly Island thing. It's like, it's just so dumb. I just don't get it. Anyways, but I don't know. Sometimes people just don't know. But anyways, so with, DailyWoo want to do his meet and greets in 2026. And I understand I think he's been kind of passing through productions has kind of ripped on, because he doesn't really always thank his people. Carpetbagger is big time subsidized by his peeps. Okay, by all his carpetbaggers. They're always giving him money. And, Jenny is going back home. I saw that today. And they'll meet up later. But he's subsidized by people. Like, I've always wanted to have a Lamborghini, but I don't want to pay it. I want to be subsidized by people, right? I've told you before, it just drives me insane that it's always, it takes money. Yeah, it costs money to go on vacation with my wife. My camera now, the microphone won't work on it. I'm going to see if I can get warranty. If not, I'll buy a used one. Just have two, one for the water, and then one without. Am I going to ask for money? No. They already have a 5 out already. But I like my Action 4. I like it. But I love making videos. The candy video was fun to make. I bought some candy when I left. Thanked the guy. It was really kind of a cool little store. Really enjoyable. They're kind of around in the area here, around in the other parts of the country. Let me see here now. But it's the usual IPs that come in. I appreciate the IPs over on Sprocker. Let me see. Grandpa's shop. Grandpa's Joe Candy Shop. Okay. So locations. Let me see. So locations that are. Well, let's. Where in the hell are they? Okay, they got Leesburg, Florida, Bloomington, Minnesota is at, Stillwater, Minnesota. Okay, so the third one, Spring Lake Park, Minnesota, Wheeling, West Virginia, Springfield, Ohio, Emmaus, Pennsylvania, Osceola, Florida, Canterbury, Pennsylvania, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Chattanooga Falls, Ohio, Strawberry, Pennsylvania, Troy, Ohio, Lebanon, Pennsylvania, Middletown, Ohio, another one, Chillicothe, Ohio, Mineburg, Ohio, Beaver, Pennsylvania, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Strip District. So, operating support distribution center is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So, okay, Grandpa Joe's Candy Shop. So I'm happy for him. Let me see. They haven't done anything, so I don't even bother to follow them. They have a Twitter account. They don't even promote anything. That's kind of sad. They should be out there promoting. They have a Twitter account, but they haven't done anything with it, so it's too bad. But it's fun. I had a good time at that place today. But if you're in that area, check them out. A lot of them are Ohio. So, but they must be expanding and everything else. So that was cool. We had fun. I had fun. Excuse me. But he had his little thingamajig, and he wants to do his walk and talk. Eye for an eye. Tim injured him unboxing e-bike. Lots of drama. So true. So effing true. Eye for an eye. He deleted all his stuff. It's too bad, man. You know? But he's kind of like giving him crap. So, because let me see, Sarasota Tim. Let's see how many. He's got to be getting a lot of views on that thing, because he got recommended. I threw my back out. It's put my entire life on hold. Wealth is health. Yeah, okay. Threw my back out completely out building the e-bike or trying to do it anyway. So it's up to 6,000. What happened to Sarasota Tim's deleted video? Zachary, whatever, wants to contact me for business purposes? Okay. Let's see what he's done here. Let's see what it's. Threw my back out, going steak, camera holder. So yeah, it's 6,000. But give me a break. How do you throw your back out? Come on, bitch, please. But so Wandering Gypsy, right? Love her dearly. She's a friend of the lovely and talented Wonder Hussy. They're a friend, both named Sarah, right? And she did a video the other day that YouTube is not paying her enough money. She's making $1,200 a month, and she has to try to find something else. I mean, if Rugburn had something, but I don't think she'd be great for the job, but she travels too much, meaning she's got to find something from home to be able to do what you want to make money. And there are, but she's going to have to find a hotspot. And I get it, thinking that she can make money at YouTube. And I get it. You want to do that, and I understand that. And I wish her all the luck in the world. I really do. And she did a video. Then she did a live stream yesterday because people were saying stuff. I said in there, I can't remember. I didn't say anything negative. I just said, whatever. I just, I encourage you. I would tell her. I mean, I did when Chloe passed away. I was a little bummed out, but I don't really get too much into my social. When the job at the airport got job loss, I just one door, just like when I reffed hockey, and they gave me the boot because they thought I was throwing kids in the penalty box. My back was sore anyways, so it was a good thing. And I left reffing. I came home. I was a little bummed out, but I realized it was the best that ever happened. I had to move on, and I got the job at the airport, and I started at the bottom, and then the company went a different direction, and the job I have now, I like it. It's not like the other one, but it's still fun. I mean, I'd miss all my old drivers, all my old friends, but you want to make it, a positive thing in your life. You're going to be a YouTuber. People don't come to your videos. Hey, I walk on the railroad tracks on my adventure channel. Do I wish I got more? Hell yeah. But $1,200 a month is not a lot of money after taxes. She's spending all the expenses because she's got to take care of her dog. And I'm not here to rip on the woman, but I just think sometimes I get you want to talk about depression. I get there's days when you don't have the camera in my car. I didn't really feel like doing a video this morning, but as I kind of got later on the day, I had the motivation to stop by and do it. I mean, there's just I think for 2 months, I didn't do any videos at all for the Adventure Channel, and kind of let myself catch up to this year because I was almost a whole year ahead of myself on videos. And, that will slowly wind down to more upfront videos. I've done a lot of stuff. For 2 years, I was every day doing a video. And I see something, I'll do something. I like going to the car shows. I like going to the state fair or whatever. And those will be, whatever comes around. And I get it. And she was complaining, whining, but then she did a live stream because people were making comments on, well, people are going to do that when you open yourself up for that behavior. And I don't come to a video to hear that you're bummed out. I don't want to hear that. And some people don't. And that's why her views are up and down. The Huss does her twice a week. Twice a week she does her little videos. And, she does a live stream every month because she knows she's going to get money. She understands that. But it's just never enough money. And it's just too many people need to be, what's the word I just use? They need money to be on YouTube. If your content can't make it, like I said, over in Bloomington, there's it used to be an old hotel, and it's like a castle. And a business bought it. I'd have loved to have bought that and made it into my own apartment. Okay, it was so cool. It was a castle. I don't know what it's called. But subsidizing, these YouTubers need money to travel. Tampa J is going on the road. I told you before, good luck, Tampa J, and his girlfriend, Chris the girl, and she's already starting to do Halloween already. Okay, and they want to get married. Okay, good luck. They'll get plenty of weddings. It's like the day that Carpetbagger marries Jenny Penny. That there'll be people giving them gifts, just like Squirmy and Grubbs. I saw that today. That popped up for some reason. I guess his health is kind of deteriorating. They went to California. People gave them a whole room of stuff. People just love to give people money. I just don't get it, man. There's so much you can do in your community on behalf of a YouTuber. If I encourage one person to get a camera, or maybe go to St. Martin. What's he called my show the other day? We talked to him. He's done some research. I'd love to have him call in and say, guess what? If he's a married man, maybe me, my sister, me, my buddy, we're going to go to St. Martin and the old Little TV Bay. I'd be tickled pink that one person went there. Because I do get emails once in a while from my old St. Martin ones. And people will ask me about DV Little Bay. Two people have gone there that said they're going to go there. And I appreciate that's very, very nice that they do that they can go to the thing. I think it's fun that they're gonna go. And it's cool. But you're never gonna have to give me money. I don't ask for that kind of behavior. But she was bummed out, and she did a live stream yesterday complaining that people were being mean in the chat in the room. That's people will. They will piss and moan about you. They will. They you know what that is, sweetheart? They call that gaslighting. They know it's going to piss you off, just like people that are Holocaust deniers. Same thing. They want to be a Holocaust denier because they know they know it happened. They just want to piss you off to say that and say it never happened. Or just like you're in a family and you did something, made a poor choice 10, 15 years ago, and they bring it up in a family meeting. You're sitting around, you're drunk. You cowboy, man. Remember, blah, blah, blah. You smashed Dad's car up, and like they gaslight you. And that's what they do. One guy made the comment, the Wild lose, and I said, I don't follow the Wild, man. I follow the Hawks. Hey, thanks for coming. Make it a comment. I don't. They lost like you're a loser. Hey, go ahead and make your comments down below. If you feel you have to do that, and they can't listen to me babbling on because a lot of people that come to me don't listen to. I'm not saying it's a great podcast. I've always said there's 6.5 to 7 million things that people can consume on the internet now. When I first started podcast, when I did Gangster Sports, Gangster Sports and Blog Talk, when that went down 31st, I was still getting downloads on that show. I was still getting on my old gangster. I did a couple gangsters before that closed down. And I was getting 150 because, they loved it. I've done gangster here. Oh, yeah. Love doing gang. Blame that on Zane B Sports because I was doing a Bill Clinton podcast, man. Yahoo, man. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. And he goes, why don't you just change that to Gangster Sports? Because I'm going to tell you, I named him the gangster before everyone else did because he played for the Gators, and I called them the gangsters before everybody else did. So blame that Aaron Hernandez on Zane B Sports. Because I was getting 1,000 views on my blog talk on that. People, when I was doing the day he died, I was so disappointed. He died when he took his own life. I was so pissed. But I haven't done it in a while. They're fun to do. The gangster, Mr. Allen Londis. I love doing the gangster, Mr. Hernandez. That's the beauty of podcasting. I could do a gangster every day if I had, I could do a spec every day. I mean, every morning do a speculation sports. But I'm a married man. Because one thing about here on Spreaker and also where my go-to, I have to do more. If I did a daily one, I used to do it for my car all the time. Every day I did a Fear Mongering Radio, a couple of podcasts, and people knew it was there, and I used to get a lot of views because I was talking about Fat Boy and drama on the way into work. I would do it every day. Like, I could have done a couple in St. Martin, but they don't upload it for me anymore. They used to upload for me, so now I have to take this down and then re-upload it into MB4. They used to format for us. It was nice. It was the best thing when I first came on here, and people came over here because you could do your podcast. Let's say Timmy wanted to do a 30, back in the old days when it was 30 minutes, when Edward Hubbard was on here and he was going crazy, and Haggy Rants and those guys, and tailed down, they trimmed down to 15 minutes for free. And you could do a 30-minute fun show. Now you do 15 free, but then you have to download it to an MB3 and then upload to MB4. So, I mean, I pay my way here now. I had a 10-year contract, but I get Wanda Gypsy. She's a nice lady. She seems like a sweetheart, and she's gonna have to find something to do that she can work on the road or something, because when you get subsidized, like she opened up her the money that I have that one for business. What the hell the thing is called again? But she opened one of those up, and because the Huss told her to, and it's like. Now you're just like Jason Wheelock said, his dad had a very beautiful barkeep, and he goes, "Are you tapping that?" And he said, "No, because once you sleep with your employees, then you work for them." And it's so true. I never put my pen in the company ink when I was a kitchen manager at Perkins when I worked. So I never did. I mean, I went out with a few of the girls. We had a good time. Headbangers. I think she was like 25. I think 24. I was maybe late 30s, and she was a really nice girl. We went skiing together. We drank a few times, but she's a beautiful woman. We just were very, very good friends, and that's all it was. And there was Connie. We were friends after I broke my ex-fiance. She wanted a little farther, but she just broke up with her fiance, and I was just her friend. And then I knew she'd go back to him, because she did eventually. I saw her at Perkins one day, and with maybe 15 years later, I married her then. About 2 years later, we kind of broke it off, and she had 3 children with him already. So I knew she would go back to him. So I was like, we were just friends, and I haven't seen her, but if I was, it'd be like, "Hey, what's going on, Cornelius?" But he talked about that. But when you're bought and paid for by your listeners because they give you money for content, it's just like, boy, you got the membership behavior. They keep telling me do memberships. No. Hey, you're a board member of Speculation Sports. You say, Speculation Sports, we speculate, you win. Damn it, you win. Then you're a board. You're on the board of directors. Debbie Daly has made the oath. Vince in the Bay. Jamie C. will both have a shirt and a hat. So does Zane B. And Butt Cheek Sports down 28 as a cop. All the people I knew from Blog Talk would say, the Goofy Bone would say, blah, blah, blah. You always say that to you. Speculate, you win. We speculate. That's the way it was. You're a board member of Spec. You're a friend of the show. That's what it's all about. So you never. Unfortunately, I feel sorry for her that she's expecting money, because it's the way it is. Some of my stuff gets pushed out, some of it doesn't. My car ones, the first 2 that got pushed out, were $300. I'm like, whoa, 2, and then it went down. Don't ask me why. Same and everything else, but the first 2 went real, real well. And then sometimes things will later on will go out, and it's the way it works. Because I've talked before, when YouTube was first out, it was about making videos. Now it's about live streaming at night, bitching, pissing, moaning, threatening, calling the cops. Dave sent me something where Tina D was on some show and someone called the cops on her, allegedly, whatever else. I don't know. That's what people do on live streams. That's what they do. They call the cops on each other. It's just that's what the nighttime is. No one knows how to make a video anymore. Blind views leaving the house. That's the way he hears it, right? Because he's blind. The brown shirts. I'm surprised he hasn't done a video yet on his. Remember Blind Views? I don't watch I don't watch Tim, but oh boy, you know, because everyone else has talked about. He's got to be getting into it here pretty soon. He's got to get to me, see if he's done anything. Let's see if he's done. Let me see. 2 hours ago. Yep. Mm-hmm. The weather gremlin, a picture of health, and a comedian. So he has done it. He's got Tater on there. He's got, of course. So let's see if he's outside. Oh wow, he's on the deck. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's talking about Tater so he's wherever he goes. So he's talking about Tater with Snow. So he'd watch Tater. He's on the deck. So he's doing his. So at least he walked up. So I go. He's got one out. Good for him. Finally got one out. I figured that. How long did he only do it? How long? 2 hours ago. So he's probably sat there and wrote a script. So he does a lot of hate watching. That's what he does. He does a ton of hate watching. That's what he does. So it is what it is. I like the song Five of a Kind. But it's the way it is. Let's see if Mark is in the building. I told her to call the show. But if she would call the show. Worst video ever. It's really not a video, man. It's a song. God, what a dummy. It's not a video. I don't think I do those AI songs anymore. It's not a video anymore. It's an audio, you dummy. God. It was just a Wonder Hussy song that I did for her and whatever, something fun. I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. I'm going to probably cancel my prescription. I had fun doing it, but kind of ran its course. It's pretty hilarious. Oh, we got to go over there and tell them that it's audio, not a video. It just makes me laugh. Let's go. Fine's racking up over a half-sunken houseboat. Why don't someone just get that boat off the? It's Fine's racking up for owner of a half-sunken houseboat on St. Croix River. Just get it off there. It's on beer. Hang on a second. Let me go. This is hilarious. I think it's funny. Well, like the rail train spotted Highway 100 Robbinsville up to 100 now. Okay, weird. So here we go. Let me go. Hang on a second. Thanks. Not a video. Audio. Thanks for the comment, troll. It's worst video. It's so funny. If you're gonna bitch, you say first worst song. Okay, it's just hilarious. That's funny. I'm sorry, but I'm not. It's funny. It makes you laugh and it makes you cry, and then you start to scream, and you holler for a while, and before you know it, you become unruly. I don't know. I think it's funny when people get all bitter about what they make that comment on. That's a gaslighting. To me, it's hilarious. See the hunch, very negative slant. Everyone freaks out. The moment Christine Walker's unfair questions. No, that's a good question. I guess he was asking her. No, he's asking him questions. Christine, unfair questions. No, she's going to ask you about the brown shirts. Okay? She's going to ask you questions. And that's what it's all about, Beach Boy. That's pretty hilarious. Unfair questions. That's hilarious. Now, an answer to a question about his opposite tendencies and very telling. Are you going to uphold the constitutional? That's just a hunch. These are brown shirts, man. That's the way it goes. See a couple of the young ladies are pulling ACLs. It's one thing very prevalent of women is the way they're structured. There's been like 5 or 6 ladies in the W running ponytails that have been throwing the ACLs. There was a young lady here, a really good pumpkin ball player at Eden Prairie that had some ACL problems. She had 2 of them. had a really promising career. I don't know what happened to her. I remember reading the article on the young lady. It's very prominent in the girls because the way they're, the way their body is structured or something. So there's a lot of ACL problems going on. I think she was going to go to be a doctor to try to prevent it. You have to have you better have a knee thing because it's too bad an ACL, man. That can ruin the whole year. And it's pumpkin ball. I've been saying all along, pumpkin ball. When the women play it, they drive the basket and they use the backboard. It's very simple, easy. And also, people are saying they like baseball about speeding up. And I've talked many years about speeding it up. Many, many times. Let me see. Trump silence Tiffany's follow-off from symbolic role. Okay, let's watch the see marks around. If not, we'll call. We will call, and he will call, and he will call. And the hell that go. I could call headlights. I've called headlights a long time. Let's see if Mark's around.
Hello?
Welcome to the show. Thanks for calling in.
Oh, thank you.
What's going on? I was talking about your brother-in-law there in Sarasota, Tim, and about the bike. I told Carl, I talked to him today at the airport. I was discussing that. That video got recommended to me, so I've actually watched 3 videos of Sarasota Tim. I only watched 3 minutes of it. Because the huffing and puffing and the behaviors, and because I know morning, and you talked about not once but twice. Obviously, the lead hate watcher, Mr. Carl Santa Claus, watch it. And I just saw is that the brown shirts did a 2 hour ago did a video sitting outside. He did one on Tater, and then remember Sarasota Tim didn't watch him. Remember that? I mean, you even said you do and you don't.
Yeah, he don't watch him anymore, but yeah, he's watching because he needs the views and the money. That's why.
Correct. The brown shirts. They're coming. Remember the brown shirts are coming for you. Don't worry about that. Have you what the hunch has been doing in the last couple of weeks? He is literally become. I mean, you're spot on. The stuff you've been putting up on your community posts, spot on. I've told people at work. I said, I'm sorry, I don't run with felons, and he's a convicted felon and adjudicated rapist.
Oh, definitely.
And I told the people, I said, if you were my friend, Mark, and we were like, let's say, live in the same neighborhood, or we crossing paths, and you would cheat on your wife or do something to your wife, we would no longer be friends. I'm like, Mark, I'm sorry, man. I don't like the way you're treating your wife. I was with a very good friend of mine I used to work with one time, very good friend of mine. We were at the KFC, and his wife worked at KFC in Shakopee, and he was kind of being mean to her. And I said, on the way back, I said, do me a favor. And it was a free meal. I said, just do me a favor. Next time, don't talk to her like that in front of me. She was giving us a free meal. You don't got to do to act like a big tough guy. Then another guy one time, I was helping him move back, African American guy, and she was pregnant, and I was helping him move back in to the house, and she said something to him, and he got pissy, and I looked at him and I said, listen, I go, put down the couch. I said, she's letting you back in. Say you're sorry or I'm leaving. Okay? I said, she's giving you a second chance. Shut up and tell you're sorry because she's giving you a second chance. Right. Because I don't think he hit her. He just was being a dink to her. And she was pregnant. And I said, I'm helping you move back in. But if you're going to talk like this, I'm leaving. You can find your own way into the house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I never have been that kind of person. If you did something wrong, guess what? We're no longer. I'm not going to hang out with you. But
right.
So, what was your thoughts? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. What? Go ahead. No. You have to have your morals. And you have to. That's just the way it is.
Well, the 47th hunch. He has no morals. He has no friends.
No.
He has no friends. He has no more. He could give to F. I love the remarks people say down below to you all the time. It's like, thank you very much. Don't block these idiots. Let them talk because they push out your video. They don't realize when someone just made a comment on my Wonder Hussy song, worst video ever. It's not a video. It is an audio. You moron. I mean, thank you, thank you, but they do a lot of gaslighting to you. If you just simply heart it and say thank you, that pisses them off because, hey, thanks for the view. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Mm-hmm. That pisses them off.
I used to say that a lot. I used to say thank you. You're pushing my video in the algorithm,
Absolutely, and that's what
and it does.
I've always said. You can come watch my stuff, Mark, because if you liked it, and I have a Twitter account, you help any like the Sidetrack Adventures. I always go. I don't always have a chance to watch stuff. I make sure I like it. I'll make a comment or I share it because I think he's a really good creator. It's history. Very good creator. I always try to watch his videos and make comment down below. There's a local guy I just discovered. He has like 15,000, 17,000 subs, and he does a lot of train spotting here in town and gets like 4,000, but he's really good at what he does. But he deserves more, just like my guy down in Florida, Distant Signal. He's really good at explaining trains. And they're both the same kind of, they'll explain what it is. And the guy in Minnesota, I know exactly where he's at. It's real fun to listen to a guy who creates something for me to listen to,
Right. It's just that they do their homework and they're very knowledgeable at it.
Correct.
And then when you get onto something, or like even sometimes I get frustrated, I'll leave something out. Of course, mine aren't
right. Well,
like that or anything, but it kind of bugs you sometimes. Oh shoot, I missed that. Like oh shoot, I was just gonna say, I forgot what. Anyways, I noticed that I'll just go on blind views for a minute here. Yeah, I've been kind of pushed on him a little bit more and everything, but yeah, he's been going out and doing exactly what you wanted him to do. He's been going to different neighborhoods. I hear he went to Maryland to do some videos and stuff like that, and he's just been cranking those videos out day after day now. So. He needs the money.
Yeah, because if you go to his channel, no one cares about his political views. They don't care.
Right.
I saw the one video come through when I was in St. Martin that he was talking about, and no one cares about you talking about a teacher. No one really cares. No one cares. I mean, my adventure channel every day comes out what I'm doing. I did some rail fanning. Carl comes over all the time, makes a remark, and I appreciate that. He always says, hey, blah, blah, blah. He'll make some sarcastic, funny remark, and I always say thank you. And he's kicking it out, and I appreciate him. He may watch the whole thing. He might not. I don't know. But bottom line is, it's like, he's one thing about blind views, he learned from me and you not to get triggered when we made fun of him. So he's learned, but he's also acting. I'm the one that pushed him outside to go out. Hey, look what good. I'm happy for you. You have time to edit a video. It took me about 2 hours to put all my videos on both channels. I think I put up 11 on this channel. I think I did about 28 videos while I was on vacation or something. So it took me, give or take, 2 hours over from when I got back Thursday night and all the way to Sunday to make them all, thumbnail them and dated them out and done. And so I had at 3 o'clock, I went to a candy store and did a video for this on the channel. It's a Grandpa Joe's candy place. And I did
okay.
I did what we have. There's mainly in Ohio and Florida, and they have 3 in Minnesota now. It's a great place. It's not like the world's largest candy store down in Jordan. I've been there. It's big. It's huge. This one This one, they actually have a credit card. They also have toys for the kids, and they have different kind of candy. Where the one down there has a shitload of chips and a bunch of pop, but they don't take any. They only take cash. They don't have any. They don't have any kind of behaviors. But it's really kind of cool. But but I was waiting for him to put one out because Tater went somewhere and it was snowing. And
he's trying. What he's trying to do, and he's actually smart because he's not taking the bait anymore. He's not getting triggered, and because I've come, it's starting to feel sorry now. I'm not going to go after him anymore, but I kind of throwing like little hints about how he's as fat as Sarasota Tim, which he is.
Right.
But he's staying away from that. Somebody's told him, his wife or somebody told him, hey, don't get triggered and all. He's been just doing his nice little Thursday lives, right. And they're doing their old people's thing on things, shows back in the past, because all of his viewers are 50 and over, so
Well,
so
he's there. It's a social hour. He reads. Right. He can't read, but he reads those chat rooms and responds, and he waits for the money to come through. That's what that's for. It's almost like let's say your dad's alive and maybe he's a single guy, he's living way away. A lot of I talked to a friend of mine who's a doctor, and the old people will actually go to the doctor for social time, to talk to the doctor, just for a checkup. He said they'll come and they'll sit in the room for as long as they can until I have to kick them out. And that's what his social hour is, to come in, read his chat room, and if someone comes in and mentions you or me, that's when he gets triggered. So he's learned to read over it, and is also, his people will block people in the chat room, and he has it move real slow. You know what I'm saying? So he can
right, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Have that time delay on it a little bit there.
Yeah, and so he can read it, and then he can, if someone to say, what about Cowpote, or what about you, or something, and then he's learned. When that was like 2-3 weeks when his head was going back and forth, he was so triggered. It was absolutely epic. It was hilarious. I was so proud of myself. It's so fun to get gaslighted because he's too easy. He's just walking around neighborhoods, weird, and in front of people's houses. It's just weird.
I talked. He's going down a nice neighborhood and everything, and it's like, hey, at least dress up for that neighborhood. I mean, don't go in there looking like the way you're looking, because I would have called the cops or something, because I always said, hey, dude, get the hell out of here, you homeless thing.
Yeah, I know. Because
I
saw the one. I saw the one where he's walking in the front of the house, and he stops for a second to let the video play above him, because he's walking through it. And it's not. Again, I can't cook Chinese, but I can make you a good cheeseburger. I can make you meatloaf. But he looks so uncomfortable on his own, because we drove him to go outside, because the point and shoot behavior. It's like he just looks uncomfortable going outside, and I think comes to his wife, it won't take him someplace. But
but you're right. In the chat, all the people were saying, "Oh, we love your outside videos and the music." I think the music is pretty dated. I mean, it's like, I don't know, dreary to me, but that's just my opinion.
Oh no, when I do my walk and talks, I just walk. Here it is.
Yeah.
I was like, DailyWoo did a walk and talk today about meat.
Oh, Jesus! DailyWoo is getting. I've seen this. I've seen this out of him for the last 2 or 3 years. Once a year, he'll come around, and he just made a video a week or two ago, the same shit, and then today he put one out, and it's like, what's going on? He says, I got to change my stuff up. I didn't watch any of them, but I could see it.
Right.
I told my wife, I says, he does this once a year. He'll even go ahead and say, I'm going to sell all my Disney stock, and I'm going to do this, and I'm not going to have Instagram anymore, and I'm going to do this. And it's like,
well, he wants,
I don't know.
Because passing through productions, it's like a man crush on him. Like, you rip on, on Sarasota, but he has pushed DailyWoo like we push Blind Views to, because he doesn't really thank his people. I always say thank you very much for the listen to my podcast. I appreciate it. So he's been pushed to do a meet and greet to say thank you, because he rarely ever says thank you for the people. He never. Well, that's why he's doing this, because he can't publicly say, hey, thank you so much for coming to the video, you guys. And it doesn't, because without the people he listens to him, he wouldn't have the life he lives.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's doing really good.
I remember I saw Daryl Hall and John Oates, and John Oates goes, "Thanks for coming out and paying for live music." Same thing with Chris Isaac. Hey, thanks for coming out for the concert. I appreciate you guys coming here. You know what I'm saying?
I think they're all trying to find out, because YouTube's. Everything's evolving, so these people are thinking, I've got to do more, just like the live chat with a Nomadic Fanatic and his girlfriend Diana.
I saw. Did you see? I listened to a very short part of the question and answers. Yeah. And they're sitting on the couch, and someone asked her if she's going to have a baby with him. It's like, that's a pretty private question. Okay, she's not. Even if she could, she's not going to get pregnant by his young ass, and they're not going to get. They're not going to get married. They're not going to. No. She's not going to marry his ass. Okay.
She's a thick woman, but she carries it good, I think.
Right. No, she's not like. She could do.
She's not like she was like. I think she's always been kind of thick like that, so that's just natural on her, and it looks okay to me.
No, she's fine.
I saw other ones and all, and she got a pretty face and all, and I think this was she must have pushed the live chat thing, because to do a little bit of that. And, hey, that's okay. You know, you gotta up your game sometime. Maybe YouTube's not putting out. I think she's being a little bit more successful now. I mean, she's doing good.
Well, yeah, because of him, no one knew who she was.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
right.
Just like Wandering Gypsy, I talked about it. She did a video, I think last week, and she said that she's only making $1,200 a month, and she's not making the money she used to make. And and she opened a thing for money, and she was, and people gaslighted her in the conversation. So she did a live stream yesterday to complain about it, and it's like, you know, she, again, if you need to be subsidized, let's say you live in a nice house out there in Arizona, but you want this nice house, but I want to be subsidized by people. I'll pay the $300 a month for the tax, whatever, but I want to pay my way. And I get Wandering Gypsy, but she was bitching that she's not making any money on YouTube. It's just, they don't pay like they used to. They don't do it. They don't do it anymore.
Right.
That's why they have what do you want to call it? What's the word I'm trying to think here? But they always have the what's the word I'm trying to think here? They have the members only, because YouTube makes money on that. So they're the in between.
Yeah, and that's what. See, that's the bad thing. But you know, it's just like Blind Views. He hasn't had a members only video out or anything. He hasn't done anything with him for like a month. So people are paying into it, but it's like he didn't do anything with them, you know, because it eventually comes out. Or you know, what do they pay that dollar and I don't know, $69 or $1.99 a month or something like that?
What for? It's nothing special. You're not Bruce Springsteen. You're not the Rolling Stones. You're just a YouTuber. But guess what? The in between on YouTube makes money on that behavior. Just like if I give you
30%.
Yeah.
You know,
so if I give
that's a lot of money.
Yep.
I'd rather push that buy me a coffee or one of the others. But the bad thing about that they've got them on is that you have to actually download a special app to do that on your phone, and a lot of people don't want to do that, so they just hit the super chat button or whatever.
I'm not giving any YouTuber any money. But again, if I was going to do that, like the Huss had something last weekend out there at Baghdad Cafe, you know, and people, and when she has meet and greets, you know what that's for. Here you go. Right. Here's money. I mean, one day she did a Christmas one. She gets a whole bunch, and she flashed a quick $600 one time. So people, when they meet her, it's not about shaking her hand, but what's in the hand. You know, they give her gifts and stuff. And her birthday's in September, and she'll show a whole bunch of gifts. People loved it. So if, let's say I was going to give Wonder Hussy $500, I would give her an envelope, because guess what? It just cost me 60 cents to send it to her. I'm not going through PayPal. I'm not going through anything else. Here's your money. It would be me and her. There's no one else that knows. I am not by any reason enrich YouTube to give my favorite YouTuber money. I help your video by liking it or making a comment. That's how I help you as a listener to your channel.
Well, that's what I think too. You know, if you can put out a good product and everything, that's good. Then you'll get more people.
I know a lot of people on here that do some really good work on YouTube. That don't get a lot of work, don't get a lot of love, and they just, a ton of them.
Yeah,
I've seen a bunch.
Definitely.
I mean, my adventure channel, when my car videos came out last week, the first two were 300 and 250. All of a sudden, for some reason, just drops off because they didn't push it out. That's what it varies from day to day on the algorithms, what they're going to push out. It all depends. I did a rail fanny one. All of a sudden, it broke 100. Broke for some reason out of the blue. It got pushed out, and then it varies how it gets pushed out. I mean, it's just the way YouTube is.
And, you know, I usually don't do the Sarasota Tim ones, but I go on there to check, okay, reading the titles, what's he doing? And I saw him putting that bike, and I thought, well, I'll click on it for a minute. And right from the beginning, it was comical. And I thought, oh my God, I gotta just go out and tell people to go watch it. I know I'm going to give them views by advertising it, but I don't care. You know, I just thought it was so hilarious. The guy, look, he didn't even start the video out, you know, like, hey, I'm Sarasota Tim, and it's time to put the e-bike together. It was just like cut in there where he's already trying to put the wheel on, and it was like, you could tell he was dressed real nice in his flip-flops, but his everything. And he's just going around, oh, my back. And I didn't know if maybe he had been in drinking, you know, and eating. And then he just thought, oh, shoot, I better get out there and get that e-bike together or something. Because he looked disgusted from the beginning and couldn't even figure out the most novice things to do to put a front wheel on.
Right.
A electric bike, you know.
I can program, I can weld. I am not the best person, but like someone said, maybe read directions. So when I put something together, I'll read directions. Okay, where goes where? You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
She's better than I am, but we'll look at something like, you know, like, okay, where's this go? Okay, boom. And then it kind of comes together.
Exactly.
Kind of comes, once you get something, the base together, then it all kind of clicks in. So you do that. My nephew can look at something put together on directions. He's an electrician. I paid for his education. You can lock him in your garage. I could lock my nephew in your garage tomorrow with a tire, a rim, a gallon of gas, some tools, some electrical tape, and some plastic. He'd bring you out a Mercedes. That's his kind of guy. It's the kind of guy he is. He can.
Wow.
That's how he looks at. I know a lot of people I work with in the electrical contracting that. They'll just go, I'll figure it out. Because there was a guy I worked with who was probably our age, he probably had cancer, and I'd give him something, and he'd go, well, I'll figure it out. Because he was very mechanical, and he'd look at something, and he would figure it out. And maybe go to Home Depot and get some, but he was very good at making things work. You know what I'm saying? Some people have that. I'm not saying I'm totally mechanical, but I can understand something. And if I was going to do that thing anyway, I would have looked at the directions. All right, you guys, I've opened this thing up already. I looked at the directions. I got the base together. Okay? Maybe I'd put it together and then take it apart. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready. Right. So, okay. All right, you guys. So I put the base together. I'm going to put the tire on so then it would all come together within 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
What I couldn't understand is because when I had a bicycle and I was a kid, I was like 10 years old, and you know, I was already working on my bikes, putting new inner tubes in them, flipping them over, taking the wheels off. I even took the inner part, and I was re-greasing the bearings, you know, on a bicycle. So the thing is, I couldn't understand, you know, if you had kids and they had bicycles and everything, you should already know the basics of how to take a tire off and an inner tube and all this. And the guy was lost. Even though he was drinking, what I'm thinking, I don't know. You know, I mean, you would know something, and the guy was just disgusted, and he just gave up. He kept saying, oh, my back. I don't know.
How do you throw your back out on?
I have no idea what he did, because I don't watch his videos usually. And I went out today and made a 3-minute video because I was showing the wife last night the video, and you know, you see more during the second one, and I says, you know what? He's complaining about, oh, my back at certain times, but when he's putting stuff away, he's not saying it, and he's lifting up the heavy tools or the bike, or you know, it just didn't seem right. And I knew he was going to get a lot of views on that video, and he did.
Right. Well, we and her put together a wheelbarrow about 2-3 years ago in the front yard together. We didn't videotape it, and it was funny because we finally put the base together first. It was pretty funny. Two idiots we didn't do it once we got it going. But again, if I made that wheelbarrow, I'd make it very simple. Everything clicks in, screws. You really had to hold something. I'd make it so one person can make it. I mean, you just put it in, it clicks in, you put the screw in, and then make it, it clicks in, because you really had to hold it. It was not easy. So it was a 2-man job, 2 idiots going back. And we finally got together, but the way they had to do it, it was not a 1-man job. Which if I made that thing, it'd be idiot proof. I mean, it goes 1 into 2. You put the screw in there, you put the butt back together, and everything can be clicked in and then screwed in, and very simple. And you can make them like that, but when you make it, the wheelbarrow. It took us 20 minutes because it was just really was. I mean, you had to have it. Okay, I had to hold on to it, and she had to put the screw in there. I mean, it was just. I mean, once you got together, it was fine, but it was just really a cluster to put it together.
Dang.
I mean, she put together a thing downstairs. A shelf. It was really simple. She got it, she took it apart and took it out, and I had to hold a base for it, and then she did the rest of it within 10 minutes, because it went click, 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 boom, boom, up. You know, it was a bookcase. It was a really nice bookcase, but it took her, because it was very simple to put together, and it's solid when it clicked in and then you screwed it in. It was very simple. But I put together a shitload of chairs at work. Once they bought like 80 chairs, and I'd come back and put those together. It was very simple. Everything just kind of clicked in, and boom, and screwed it in, boom, it was done. You know what I'm saying? Very simple chairs. But some they've gotten easier in the chairs, in the office chairs, a lot better. But
oh well, you know what? I'd say, but you know what? Different countries like China and all, they've got the smarts. They've said, okay, we see this here, we see how it's been done other places and all. We need to make this easier for people to put together because it's going to go to another country in parts. It's not going to be assembled and everything. We got to make the directions. Of course, sometimes the directions are kind of hokey, but most of the time it's like going to IKEA or something, just pictures or something like that. So yeah, I mean, it's always good to have a different country. That's why the tariffs are going to be detrimental to us here.
No, they're not. Come on, man. The hunt said no. The hunt said no. Well,
they're going to have your hardliner MAGA people still with them and everything until it hurts them in their pocketbook and everything. I'm just waiting for them to go out and buy all this toilet paper again. And the toilet paper is made here, but hey, they're still going to go out and freak out and buy all the toilet paper.
You wait till the brown shirt out there in Pennsylvania, and they take away some of his Social Security, or he can't get something, and he'll find out the hard way, because the hunch has done a few interviews with people, and they asked him questions he didn't like because she's asking questions he doesn't like to answer, and he's already going after the media. He wants to defund public radio, which we have here in town.
I know, yeah. I listen to NPR all the time when I'm in my truck.
And regardless of how it leans, they give me what's going on in my community. We have 89.3. It's called The Current, and they play a lot of local music. And I listen to them in the morning at the airport. They play a lot of jazz. They play a lot of local stuff, and I really love the station. But he wants to eliminate any people that are against him. What did Hitler do? Do your research. I'm sorry, man. It's the brown shirts, and they're coming for you. Just
universities, everything.
Yeah, just like Harvard. Because Harvard, he just wants someone that's going to push back. The lady out there in Maine pushed back on him. And what's that freak show from Atlanta, Georgia, the blonde? She's finally realized, and she went after the Republican Party because she's getting pushback with his behavior. What did Hitler do? He deported a shitload of Jews, and then they had too many, and he deported them over to Europe and here to the America. Then there was many more to do, and like I told you, when he wanted to practice on killing Jews, he rounded up 500 handicapped children and killed them all to practice, and then he went out and got a bunch of handicapped people like Blind Views, who's blind, right? Allegedly, right?
Yep, that's why I said that to him. Yeah, about that.
Yeah, better watch out, because you're the first guy they're coming for. You're the first one coming. That's why he's
definitely.
He's right next to the railroad tracks, and when they built the concentration camps, they built him next to railroad tracks because it was easy to put them on and off. You know what I'm saying?
They said, and I didn't know it got that technical. I would think they went by that time, but they said that the ovens over in Auschwitz were delayed because of the sewer treatment plant permits and everything. And I thought, what? I thought that was weird. But the thing is hey, it was a society back then. They were still, being quiet about what they were doing and everything. And I mean, hey, I even said that about, I usually don't do that, but I said about Blind Views, about how he's, taking his disability and he's on food stamps and all. He said not one word about that.
Of course.
Because he knows it's true.
Yeah, he is.
He knows it's true. That's why.
A lot of, it's called double standards. I know a lot of people, a friend of mine who was allegedly.
And I don't care. If they need it, they need it. I agree totally. But the thing is, with him, he's going to post about Trump and everything, and then he's going to go out and say all this. And hey, I mean, you don't know where you're being fed from, which hand anymore. So,
right. Yeah, that's the way he is. He's a double standard. I know a friend of mine that was allegedly Republican, but he was going to food shelves. And he claimed he was always looking for handouts, but he pissed about the left. But he had a job. But he was going to food shelves. He went to like 3 food shelves in New Hope. And I thought you were a Republican. You paid your bills, right? Allegedly he played the game, but then he's out getting free money. Yeah,
right.
When it affects him, then he'll piss him on. But he is a brown shirt, like it or not, man. He's a classic. He's a classic Republican that will praise. But then he's like, all of a sudden, I want to give me. So I'm not surprised if he's on food stamps. I wouldn't be surprised at all whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think his wife works, but I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter anyways. But the thing is that just the way, if you're going to complain about this and that and really come after people, I thought, you know what? He's been real nasty. I says, hey, you're fair game, because I'm usually pretty subtle about stuff. But,
right. No, that's the way he likes to be. He likes to be a dink. It's what he is. But anyways,
right.
But how's the weather down there in Arizona?
Well, it's actually, yesterday it was hot. Now we're actually getting some cloud cover, and it's been cool down here. It's in the 70s, and it might just rain, which is kind of strange, but it won't be anything.
My mother, she died in 2012. When she moved down there in 2008, and she surprised, which I have her place, and she was down there, and I need some water, and she goes, she loved that the weather, and I told her, I said, you know what's going to happen. I said, you're going to get your it's going to get hot. So she called me in April, because she bought in December, how great it was, and all of a sudden April came around, and it was like, all of a sudden, and it's like, Mom, I told you, you're in the desert, man. It's good. It's hot. And she was so happy that she went there, but then all of a sudden she pissed and moaned, and then the water was the pool was always warm, because everyone had arthritis. They didn't want cold water. They didn't want to cold. Right. So all the ladies had arthritis. So she was pissed that she couldn't go off and cool. It's like me giving you a warm beer.
Right. It's just when it gets to about I think August or something, if it gets any humidity and all. Yeah, my daughter's got a pool, and they say it's just like a sauna bath in it. You just can't get in it anymore.
Well, that's why when people go play golf, they play it early in the morning.
Oh yeah, it's just.
And I get it. I mean, some people like the heat. When we were in St. Martin, it was. So did you like the St. Martin videos?
Oh yeah, I did. I watched them, and those were nice. I like that. Yeah, not too many people around. It was pretty quiet when you walked around. But of course, things. It's not too expensive, so you don't have a lot of slime balls there. It's a really nice resort, easy to walk in. I got videos coming up on this channel, and then I've got a bunch coming up on the other adventure channel later on into October. So, but I got like 11. Well, I did a variety of them, so they'll be coming up on this channel too as well. So okay.
It's a great resort, because it's not cheap where you don't get a bunch of partiers, but it's always quiet. They're always cleaning stuff up, and it's just a really nice place. It's a very pleasant place to go. And the town is fun to walk into. When there's no ships in town, it's real quiet, but also a lot of things aren't open, so it can go either way. When the ships are in town, then more stuff is open. So, but it's still right. Maho Beach was fun. Mullet Bay, Friars was fun. I went and walked in the water in Lucas Bay, Moses Walk, and whatever else. We rented a dune buggy, drove around that one day in the rain, so that was kind of fun.
Jeez,
but it was fun.
That is nice. Yeah,
it was.
You had a big a nice suite or whatever. That was pretty big. That was huge.
Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time.
That room.
It was a beautiful room. Well, she wanted to be down by the ocean, but they put us up on the hill, and I'm like, we walk in there, and I'm like, and the one guy who we talked to, they were supposed to be up there, but they moved him down by the ocean, and we walked in the room, and she goes, granted, it's a little longer walk, but we each had our own bathtub and shower. And it was kind of nice, So it was really, really. We had to walk up. We had a lot of iguanas in our backyard, because people feed.
Oh yeah.
So people feed them, and they come back. So for like the first couple of days, iguanas were in our backyard every morning. So a couple were pretty big, and then.
Oh yeah, they were.
They were just sitting by the pool. We were sitting by the pool, and they'd walk out on the deck and just sit there, and the iguanas just sit there on the deck. So anyways, man, I appreciate you taking my call. I'm going to go have some meatloaf and have some din-din. You have a good week, and maybe we'll call you along the way, okay?
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it.
Thank you coming on. I appreciate you. Have a great week and tell the wife I said hello, okay?
All right. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
There he goes, Mark from YouTube. Appreciate him coming on the show. We've been on for a while. But I was going to call Carl, but it's a little late. Anyways, you guys, we're going to end this bad boy. Fear-mongering radio. Fear and cheer throughout the world. Appreciate Carl. Everybody else out there. From the military, the Armed Forces, the Air Force, the Army, and the Marines, the Navy, the Merchant Scott Coast Guard, the Air and Uniform. We thank you so much for the service of this country. We love you all. Men win blue. Like cop, call crackhead. Right? Safe sex and through a pill. Transparent. Would you shower in the shower at Penn State? I would not shower in the shower at Penn State. Hell no. Talked about the brown shirts. 1 and 2. Forgotten Vietnam. Bulls the size of oak trees. Smashing gas elements. It's not a very Christian thing to be doing. Not a very Christian thing to be doing. If you don't like too many having consensual sex, you can't watch 2 women. It's wrong. Okay? And don't drink and drive. Okay? Everyone have an epic week. Hope you have a good Sunday night. If you listen, share it, like it. Never enough money out there, but we always appreciate everybody out there. The brown shirts are on their way for you guys out there. Peace in the Middle East. Get real in the field. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Mr. Winsky Yahoo. Everyone behave themselves, or they'll all come looking for you, okay? Call the show, call the show, call the show. Hope you enjoyed the audio version on the video platform. From the poor side, great state of Minnesota, it's cow shit, cow pie, fear-mongering radio. Peace in the Middle East. May the brown shirts not find you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out.